once again, we're in the day and age of artificial intelligence, right? So here's the biggest reason why most people aren't having the success that they want to have when it comes to cleaning their credit up, right? The biggest mistake that most people are making right now, bro, we in 2026 and you have people using methods from 2020 that don't work anymore, right? So you have individuals that want to be able to use strategies that we're talking about on platforms like this, but they can't because they're using methods that just don't work anymore, right? We talked about it off camera. Lenders, credit reporting agencies and beyond, they're paying attention to the content that we're putting out there, whether you know it or not. So they're always moving the goalposts, right? One of the bigger mistakes most people are making right now is that they're sending dispute letters to try and get these negative items off their report. Well, what we want to do is we want to leverage artificial intelligence in a way so where that artificial intelligence will create us custom one-of-one letters that are specific to our situation. And we're not using templated letters that most individuals are using to get our credit report clean. So I created a framework, very simple. It's called the AIR framework, AIR, okay? AIR. If you have these three letters, you can get anything off of your credit report. So the A in the AIR framework stands for accuracy, okay? More than 80%. What's up?
I thought it was an artificial intelligence repair.
Nah, that's mad funny.
I was so wrong. Go ahead.
No, you good. So the artificial intelligence, you got me messed up. AIR. So the A in the AIR framework stands for accuracy, right? Very simple. Why, what does accuracy? So most people have negative items on their credit report. For those individuals, it's usually because with those individuals, more than 80% of the information that's on their report is usually inaccurate, right? So usually TransUnion is saying something that Experian and Equifax aren't saying. Equifax is saying something that Experian and TransUnion aren't saying, right? We want to be able to leverage that to our benefit. So there are a set of laws that are in place called the Fair Credit Reporting Act, okay, that we can use to our benefit to go ahead and get those things removed. So the A in the AIR framework stands for accuracy because I think the laws is 15 USC 1681 EB and 15 USC 1681 I5A. You don't need to memorize the laws. You just need to know what to say to artificial intelligence to create the letters to get these things removed. So here's what I do. Very simple. You go to a platform like a ChatGPT and you say, hey, chat, I want you to create me a dispute letter using the Fair Credit Reporting Act around all things connected to maintaining accuracies on my credit report. Please list this account. So it'll be Capital One, whatever account that may be, Capital One, Navy Federal, whatever it may be. And then go ahead and create me a custom one-on-one dispute letter that doesn't look like it's templated and was personalized and created by me. From there, ChatGPT is going to pull the law codes, so you ain't got to get it, right? ChatGPT is going to pull the law code, so you don't got to do it. And then from there, generate a letter to where, once again, if TransUnion is getting 50 letters from everyone that's buying the same templates, but you're leveraging artificial intelligence to where you're getting your own custom one-on-one, you're going to win every single time. But now this is where the AIR framework comes in, because somebody may hear me say that, right? And now they'll come back and they'll say, all right, well, I sent out the first letter and it didn't work. What do I do now? That's where the I comes in. Let's say 30 to 45 days from now, you send out that first letter and it doesn't work. The I in AIR stands for investigation. So with investigation, what that is that typically most people are going to get a letter back and it's going to say like, hey, we verified that this account is going to stay on there. It's called like a stall letter. So there's another law in the Fair Credit Reporting Act that you can leverage called the method of verification law. It's called 15 USC 1681 I7. Okay. You don't have to memorize the code. You just got to know what to say to chat. You're going to take the stall letter that you got, upload it to ChatGPT and say, I'm getting ready to send a round 2 letter out. Can you please create me my second round letter around the FCRA method of verification law that directly targets this account that they're saying is verified or updated as or showing as accurate? Chat's going to give you back another letter. You're going to plug it into your little Google Doc, download it, send it out, and continue to dispute the letter again. By then, going forward, if you're using just the A and the I, those two, the accuracy and the investigation letters, you should be able to get the account off. But here's what most people run into, Boone. A lot of times what happens is they'll get the account off their report, but then from there, it ends up getting popped back on their report. That's where the R and the AIR framework comes in. Now we have reinsertion. So we want to be able to go ahead and attack the reinsertion of that negative item. Once again, using what? The Fair Credit Reporting Act AI. It's the same exact framework. So the next letter that once you see that account get placed back on your account, you're screenshotting that account, putting it back into AI and saying, for my third, or let's say you're on round 4, 5, or 6, whatever the round is, can you please create me a dispute letter around the Fair Credit Reporting Act reinsertion law so I can go ahead and challenge this account to have it removed once and for all. And then from there, you're going to get that custom final letter, send it out, and boom, now your credit is in position to go ahead and do all the things that we talked about in that breakdown. Very
That's
simple.
crazy.
Very simple.
And people,
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that clip. Real quick before you go, if you're a business owner who knows that your credit or your business structure is standing between you and the funding you need, I want to invite you to Take Off University. It's a community we've created where we teach you how to structure your credit, how to structure your business the right way, and how to access business capital on strong terms. We've created funding roadmaps to help dictate your path to success and a community of other business owners who are going to be working side by side with you, all towards the same goal. Now, if that sounds like where you are right now, and more importantly, where you're headed towards, there's going to be a link in the description below where you can click it, learn more, and come join us. We'll see you on the other side of success. And until next time, family, peace.